President Trump, if you're watching this, please keep watching. I am asking you to please sit down and have an interview with me. I think that perhaps you surround yourself with people who agree with you, and maybe you need to hear another perspective.
Bobbi Althoff begs Donald Trump for an interview. All right, so we're all familiar with Bobbi Althoff. She recently quit her podcast, and then a week later came back and started a new podcast, and she had Drake in the bed again, interviewing Drake. And first of all, Bobbi, if you want to interview Trump, just give him the Drake treatment. Just give him the Drake treatment, get in bed with him, and interview him in bed, and I'm sure he'll do it. But yeah, let's go ahead and check out this viral video.
All right, President Trump, if you're watching this, please keep watching. I am asking you to please sit down and have an interview with me. I think that perhaps you surround yourself with people who agree with you, and maybe you need to hear another perspective, and maybe I'm not the most educated person to...
All right off the bat, what in the world would a Bobbi Althoff interview with Trump accomplish? Like, this girl isn't going to change this man's opinion on anything. So it would literally be the most waste of time interview for both parties. Like, what is Bobbi Althoff going to talk about to Trump? Like, this girl lives in like her own little bubble. Like, she lives in her own little bubble where she only she only deals with like celebrities and celebrity culture. Like, this girl doesn't know what's actually going on in the real world. So this would be the wrong person to interview Donald Trump.
Offer that other perspective, but I do feel like, as someone who grew
Steve, Bobbi here every week. I feel like we do cover Bobbi Althoff a lot. We do. And like, I don't know why, but like my Bobbi Althoff videos get better views than my other videos. So it's like I'm at this point I'm forced to cover Bobbi Althoff against my will, because you guys keep viewing these videos and I'm a slave to the algorithm. So like, if you guys are if there's a demand for Bobbi Althoff videos, then I'll keep meeting the demand. But it's not something that I personally want to cover every week, but it's something that like I've been forced into covering. So if that makes any sense.
Grew up very Republican, very conservative, very Christian, and as someone who has a lot of family members who also are that way still, I think that we can have a good conversation, and perhaps I can help open your mind to things that you are currently closed to. And I know that there are a lot of people who are going to be mad at me for even offering this interview or trying to get this interview.
Yes. And it's not because you're trying to do like, you're trying to be a good Samaritan and like interview Trump for like, decent purposes. No, you're doing this for attention. You know that an interview with Trump is going to bring the clicks, it's going to bring the views, it's going to bring the ad revenue. You're not doing this because you actually want to make a difference in the world. That's why people are mad at you, because it's insincere. It's insincere. You were just in bed with Drake last week doing an interview, and now you want to interview Trump. It's insincere. Like, you interviewing Trump would be like TMZ interviewing Trump. Like, we're not going to get a serious interview. No progress will be made with this interview.
But I think that a huge problem is people not willing to speak to other people with differing beliefs. I grew up so Republican, so conservative until I met my ex-husband. And because he was willing to talk to me and just like try to understand why my mind was so set the way it was, at 21.
This girl grew up Republican, but she's like, all she knows is like rapper beef. And like, I've only ever seen this girl interview rappers and stuff.
When I completely did a 180 and realized that I didn't know everything and that I was wrong, and it's okay to be wrong, and it's okay to change your mind. And
I wonder if the boyfriend who turned her away from being a Republican girl regrets that now, because now that she's a liberal, she's broken up with her husband. started dating a black guy, has supposedly slept with Drake, and that supposedly interviewed Drake during her daughter's birthday, which is why they broke up apparently. So like you are not giving liberals a good name, ma'am. You are not giving liberals a good name.
I think that a lot of people get mad when people held beliefs and think they can't change their mind, but for this world to get better, people need to change their mind and open their mind and form new opinions. So I don't know. I would love an opportunity to try. And
can you imagine like this? How old is Bobbi Althoff? Like she's probably in her 20s, right? I would say mid 20s. And how old is Trump? Like he's like in his 80s or something. Like imagine you're 80 years old trying to listen to a 20-something blonde girl who was in bed with Drake last week try to tell you how the world really is. Like you can't take this person serious, which is why I'm saying you're just the wrong messenger, Bobbi. You're the wrong messenger. Send someone else.
Speak to you, and obviously just, I don't know. I do think people can change. I changed. If you had met me when I was 18, it was a completely different person who held completely different views than I did at 21. When I met my ex-husband and he opened my mind and he really did take the time to understand why I held the beliefs I did.
Okay, this girl is just repeating herself at this point. You've mentioned meeting your ex-husband twice now.
Without looking at me like I was just a horrible person. Even though the beliefs I had, I didn't realize how hurtful they were to so many people. And even with a mother who is Mexican, I still had beliefs that were hurtful. And it's...
Yeah, I do not believe that your mother is Mexican, Bobbi. Why are you going to lie like this on national TikTok TV? Come on, man.
It's just...
If she has Mexican in her family, it's like a stepdad or something. But there is no Mexican on this face.
I have a lot of Hispanic Mexican family who
I don't believe that.
Holds these beliefs that are hurtful to their own people. So, with all of that said, I'm just trying to do whatever I can to try to make a positive dent in this world because I believe what is happening right now is very scary.
She says she's doing whatever she can to make a positive dent. Can I ask you, what is interviewing Drake in a bed? What positivity is coming out of that? And Drake's calling you like a BB girl or I forgot what exactly he said, but like, yeah, people like, I don't have a problem with Bobbi Althoff, but I do get annoyed when they try to act virtuous and like what they're doing isn't anything other than just trying to get clicks and views and ad revenue. And they're trying to make it sound like they're trying to be like a hero to everyone when in actuality they're not. But anyways, let's see what the chatters are saying. Steve, Trump is such a random person to beg to be on your show. I know. Like, I've never heard Bobbi Althoff talk politics or be political. So, like, it would be like having, I don't know. It'd be like, I can't even think of another good example of, like, somebody that isn't in the world of politics wanting to interview the president. I doubt he knows her. I mean, he may know her. Like, maybe. You know what? You're right. You're right, Steve. I don't see why Trump would know her. Like, they have, like, completely different demographics. All right, let's check out Twitch. Twitch is empty.
Introducing the Late Night Show with your host, Cuddy Bino. Live streamed on both YouTube and Twitch. Search Cuddy Bino for more information.